Sonic, the heart of your system.
Hello, BRIONY here from Kit Guru, and in this review I'm taking a look at the ASUS TUF H5 Gaming headset. So it comes with a retail price of $79.99 here in the UK, and it is a multi-platform gaming headset. So on one end it's got a 3.5mm jack, so that will plug into pretty much any compatible device, and then it also has a USB dongle that you can use with a PC as well. So in the box you don't get a splitter cable, you do just get the jack that comes with the headset. You also get an extension cable, and then you get the 7.1 surround sound dongle. So this headset does have 7.1 surround sound, but it does only work on PC because it requires some drivers. So to get it all set up, you plug the 3.5mm jack into the dongle, USB goes into your PC, and then you basically flick the switch and that creates like a virtual surround sound experience. When it comes to the aesthetics on this headset, it is made to fit in with the ASUS TUF lineup. So that is sort of like a range of products that all sort of match each other. They've got this very like masculine industrial design, and it's sort of like grey and yellow, and that's basically what this headset is. So it hasn't got any RGB lighting, but I think that does make sense for a multi-platform headset because you haven't really got any way to power it, and it is basically in the TUF lineup. It does fit in very well. So it's grey plastic, it's got like this very angular like masculine design, very industrial looking, and then you have got a couple of like bright yellow accents. You've got the grey plastic body, and then you've got a black aluminium headband across the top. On the top of that headband you'll also find a little bit of like their splash camo print as well. There's a nice little accent either side of where you adjust the headset, and overall I don't think the TUF branding is too over the top. You can tell it's part of that lineup because you've got like the silver shield on each ear cup, and you've got TUF Gaming across the top of the headband, but I don't think it is too over the top, and it probably should suit pretty much any setup. As you can see, this headset is a pretty standard size. It's not oversized, it hasn't got any huge ear cups or anything. And when it comes to the overall build quality, I must say I wasn't hugely impressed. When I first unboxed it, I was sort of thinking about the price and things, and I did think it was more of a budget headset. So when I found out it was £80, I was slightly surprised because it does have quite a lot of plastic. Like the main body is made out of quite a light, thin plastic, and then also you've got a few screws and things on show. The joints don't feel extra reinforced or anything. It does feel like a pretty standard headset, and for something that's in the TUF lineup, I would maybe expect it to feel a little bit more reinforced and a little bit more premium. It's not really bad, it just doesn't really live up to the TUF name. However, when it comes to the headband, which is something that advertises why it's in the TUF lineup, I guess, it does have like an aluminium reinforced headband, and it does have a really good amount of flex to it as well. So that is definitely probably the strongest part of this headset. The faux leather that ASUS have used for each ear cup and across the top of the headband, it does feel good quality. It's well stitched and it's nice and soft and everything. I would probably like a little bit more padding though. Also, this headset does come with a braided cable, which normally I'm a big fan of. I do like braided cables because I think they probably last a bit longer. They look quite nice as well. But the braided cable on this headset I really don't like. It's very stiff and just twists all in on itself, and I really don't like it. I found it to be really quite annoying. It's also quite short as well. It's only 1.2 meters, so that's okay for sort of using it with a phone or a laptop, but if you're using the headset with your PC, you will almost definitely have to use the extra extension cable, otherwise it just seems to be too short. When it came to using the headset, I did find it to be really lightweight and comfortable, and because it is more of like a normal size as well, I don't think it looks too big on sort of like my smaller head. And it does grip on quite well as well. It does hold in place reasonably well, but it also doesn't grip too tightly as well, because I really hate it when my head feels like it's being crushed by a headset. But this one in general is pretty good. The ear cups, they do fit over my ears nice. They do have a bit of padding going on, but maybe the padding could be a little bit more generous. It feels like that sort of foam that might compress a little bit over time, but at the moment they're nice and deep and I don't get any pinching or anything. The only real issue I had when it comes to comfort on this headset was actually the top headband, and it's probably more to do with the style of the headset, but I did get quite a painful pressure point at the top of my head. It doesn't really have that much padding either. Like I said, it is an aluminium headband, so it's not very forgiving, and then having only a thin layer of foam, I definitely did notice myself getting uncomfortable and shuffling around and things. The headband itself though, like I said, has a good amount of flex to it, and it does have a wide range of adjustability as well, so you can open it nice and wide, and I think it should suit quite a wide range of people. The ear cups on this headset not only tilt inwards and outwards like I mentioned, so it means they always sit in the right place, they also swivel as well, and I do quite like that on headsets, as it means you can sort of lay it flat around your neck when you're not using it, or you can lay it flat on your desk as well, and it doesn't really get in the way too much. If we take a look along the braided cable, you'll see that it does feature inline controls, so I'm not really a huge fan of inline controls, and as inline controls go, these are a little bit on the bulky side really, but however they are actually functional. This headset, as you can see, has the removable microphone, but it also has an inline microphone, so it's quite nice that they do actually have a feature. You've got a little volume scroll wheel on there, you've got a button to mute and unmute the microphone, and they've also got a little clip as well, so you can sort of clip them onto your shirt, and then they don't sort of get all tangled up in the way, and then they're quite easy to reach for as well. So I've been using the headset to sort of play games and listen to music for a little while now. I've definitely given it a run for its money, and I have been using the 7.1 surround sound dongle as well. I have been sort of making the most of it, and what I can say is one thing I've noticed is that the cable on the dongle is really quite short. So if you are someone that doesn't have a USB pass-through on your keyboard, so I'm quite lucky because I do have that, this isn't going to be on your desk. It's going to be plugged into your case either on the front or the back, and it's really going to be out of reach, so that's really not great for really switching things up on the fly. So I did think that was something I noticed, and probably something ASUS should have probably thought about really. Maybe having the switch for the 7.1 surround sound on the inline controls would have been a better option, so you can sort of change things easily. When it comes to the 7.1 surround sound, I did notice a really noticeable difference actually. So turning the surround sound off I found to be a much better experience for listening to music. So everything was slightly more distant, but it was a lot clearer, and I could easily hear the sort of intricacies in a song and things. Turning the surround sound on really brings the sound in very close, so it's like it's inside your head really. So that is obviously much better for gaming. It's very immersive, and all the explosions and footsteps and things sound more intense, but unfortunately it does come with the downside that the overall audio quality does sound slightly muddy, I guess because it probably is virtual surround sound, so it's all done with like software, so you do lose some of sort of the audio quality. In general though, when it comes to audio quality on this headset, I did think it's probably above average for a headset at this price point. It certainly doesn't sound bad. You can easily hear there's quite a nice defined bass, or the highs are quite clear and things. It is a decent sounding headset, obviously not as good as a dedicated pair of headphones, but for a gaming headset I certainly don't think it's too bad. So I'm now wearing this headset so I can talk about the microphone. So like I mentioned, it does come with two microphones. So it has an inline microphone, and it also has the removable boom microphone as well. The inline microphone, I'm now going to turn it on so you can hear me talking with it. I really like the idea of it, but it's really rubbish. When I'm talking with it, you probably can't hear me that clearly. I mean, it does the job, but it's something that I wouldn't want to use regularly. It's something more to use on a occasional basis when maybe someone rings you or something. When you're out and about using these as headphones, you have got the option of a microphone there. The removable boom microphone is definitely a lot better, so I'm just going to insert it. It goes into place pretty easily. There we go, I've got all tangled up. It goes into place pretty easily because it has got a little notch on it, so you can click it into place, you know when it's inserted. And then also it's nice and adjustable as well, so it has got sort of the movable arms, so you can get it into the right position. But I must say I was slightly disappointed. I don't think it sounds that great considering this is a wired headset. It does sound maybe a little bit unnatural, a little bit nasally, and you do have to have it quite close to your mouth for it to come through at a good volume as well. Overall though, I do think it is clear, and I think it is good enough enough. I mean, a microphone on a gaming headset is really for only bossing your teammates around in game, and it certainly does a good job of that. So now I'm going to take a look at the software that comes with this headset. So it's the ASUS ROG Armory 2 software, and it's downloadable from the ASUS website, and it works when the headset is plugged into the PC using the USB dongle. So it won't work if you just plug it in using the audio jack. You use the USB dongle and then the software detects it, and then you are presented with a whole load of lovely options. So down this left hand side here, you can see that I've opened the headset tab and it's got Sonic Studio open. So we can see that the headset's plugged in, and you've got options to adjust the 7.1 surround sound. So you can have it so maybe it's louder from the front and quieter from behind or something. Basically tweak it so you can make yourself whatever suits you for playing games, basically. And then you've got the option to sort of turn the sound on and off. You can change the volume. You can change between 7.1 or stereo sound. You can see that the microphone is plugged in and is working. You can adjust the microphone sound. You can mute the microphone. You can also allow yourself to listen to the microphone through the headset as well. And then moving across, this is sort of the equalizer setting. So it's something that I really like having on a headset, because if you don't like the sound profile that it comes with, you can tweak it yourself. You can have different profiles for doing different things, one for music, one for gaming, one for movies, etc. So I've currently got it set to the flat profile, so if we turn equalizer on, you can see straight across the middle. And then there is one for FPS games sort of already set up, and then you've got one for gaming that is currently flat, but obviously you can tweak them all and you can save them and things. Then there's a few different profiles. You can delete them, and you can also download or upload them as well, so you can keep them nice and safe once you've got them set up. So that's where you turn the surround sound on and off as well. There's an option here and there's an option over here, and then you've also got this sort of reverb options as well, so you can play around with that. You've got options to turn on a bass boost, you can turn on a compressor, you can turn on the voice clarity. There's a perfect voice setting and a noise gate settings for the microphone as well. So there is plenty of different options to play around with. They all obviously do affect the sound of this headset, but it is something that only works on PC as well. I don't think the headset doesn't seem to sort of save the settings. So it's something that works using the drivers and things that come with the USB dongle. But it is always nice to have software, and like I said, it does work well. It's pretty easy to use as well, and does provide that little bit of extra customization. So overall, what do I think of the ASUS H5 TUF Gaming headset? I must say that the audio quality is pretty good. I quite enjoyed using this headset when it came to the sound. I really like the 7.1 surround sound. It does maybe sound a little bit muddy when you turn it on, but it certainly isn't too bad. It's very comfortable to wear, and also because it has got the removable microphone, it's multi-platform compatible, and it has got some decent software as well. I think it is sort of useful for a wide variety of scenarios. However, I think it is let down in certain areas, so maybe the microphone isn't really as good as it could be, and the build quality as well. This headset is very sort of attractive to look at. It does fit in very well aesthetically with a TUF lineup, but I wouldn't say it is a particularly tough headset. It has got the aluminium headband, but that's about it really. It is quite plastic, and I think if you are after a headset that you expect to have like a stronger, longer lasting build quality, you might be slightly disappointed. If you like this video from Kit Guru, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Welcome to our channel. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button as well, and also hit the little bell icon to get a notification every time a new video goes live. We also now have merch. I am currently wearing one of our lovely t-shirts, so make sure to check that out. And also we now have a Discord channel as well. We're trying to be more interactive with you guys and sort of talk to you more and get more into the community and things. So we've got lots of stuff happening, and thank you very much for watching.